First one, do you remember line plots? Because we're going to start this by doing that because it's a pretty easy way to organize some stuff here. Line plots, anybody? Remember doing this? You will as soon as I show you. Line plots basically are this. You take a look at here and you make a number line. Look at the smallest value you got. Of all those numbers scanning it, what's the smallest thing they have? Anybody? Is there 20? There's a 26. What's the biggest? Wow, look at Logan go. So you need to mark on here all the numbers from 26 to 55. So you kind of got, how many is that? About 20? So here you go. Let's make this 25 so it's a nice start. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many did you say there were? 50? Do you have to go farther? 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm just going to label it 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, hopefully that's 55. Maybe it's there, this one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the whole deal with the line plot is basically this. Every time you see a number, you put an X on your line. Remember this? So 32, you put an X above 32. 45, X above 45. 36, X above 36. 40, do I have to do this all by myself? 29, 50, 39, 45, 52, 26, 38, 48, 55, 55, 40, 38, 51, 55, 40. Am I in the right place? Sure. 53, 1, 2, 3, 42, 39, 46, 43, 40, 38, 45, 31. By the way, we should have discussed what this whole thing was. During physical fitness testing, which could happen as last year's 8th grade class, students count the number of curl-ups they can do in 1 minute. What is a curl-up? Certainly that's not chin-ups, because nobody's going to do 40 of them. Curl-ups, I think they're kind of raised. Curl in your up? You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 3. There should be 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Score. You remember that from last year? Yes. And what is the point? Why would you want to do that? Because there's nothing worse than raw data. If you're just looking at this group of numbers here, you can't tell really anything. I mean, you could tell lows and highs and maybe something here. But when you organize it like this, at least you can say what? Kind of the middle, the average person here falls somewhere in this range. You look for little clusters. And you say, well, most people are in that 40 or whatever, 38, 39, 40 range of clusters there. It helps a little bit with that. Now, that's your line plot. How's that? Now we get to the harder one, which I don't think we've talked about. Have we ever talked about box-and-whisker plots? Okay. Here are the instructions for box-and-whisker plot. Box and Whisker. Let's just call it Whisker Plot because that sounds better. Alright, the first thing you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, is you need to, just like when you do whatever of central tendency, what's that? Measures of central tendency, you need to put the numbers down in order from least to greatest. So step number 1, order from least to greatest. So, and I'm going to have to do it here because I'm going to need the whole board here. And I probably will have to make this super small. But you got pencils that you can write. So what's it go? What's it, 26, 29, 32, 35, 36, 37, 338. This is going to take a while, isn't it? 338, 2 39s, 4 40s, 41, 2, 41, 42, 43, no 44s, 3 45s. No matter how much I think I'm writing small, I always run out at the end. 46, 48, 50. And 1, 2, 3, and 5. 51, 52, 53, 55. I did it. No. That is not befitting. You really kind of need them kind of in a row, but maybe not. So do that. Now, let me give you the overall gist of a Box-and-Whisker plot. The gist of it, you are separating your data into, for a Box-and-Whisker plot, the data into what we call quartiles. And maybe the word quartile means something to you, but when we do things in quarters, what are we doing with them? Yeah, we are basically dividing these numbers into 4 different groups. And kind of the gist about that whole 4 group things is we're kind of looking for the middle 2 groups, because most people, I don't know if it's considered average or what it is, but you're looking for the middle half of the people. You're kind of taking away the lower half and you're kind of taking away the upper half, and you're looking for, it's kind of the standard person would fall somewhere in those 2 middles sections. Okay, so we're separating them into quartiles. And in order to do that, step number 1, okay, you are looking for the median of the number. Well, and I suppose we should do this as well. Okay, you need to, it's called a Box-and-Whisker plot because you have 2 boxes and 2 whiskers. So you really need to do this. Okay, you are going to draw another line all by itself over here. And that line is going to go from 26, or whatever we had. 26 is going to be the lowest number, and 55 is going to be your highest number. Okay? The first thing I look for is my median. It doesn't look like it spelled out very well. How many numbers did I say we had originally? 27. What is exactly dead center in the middle of 27? Which number? The what number? Cut 27 in half, you get 13 and 13, and the 14th number is right in the middle, right? So I count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is my middle number. I should probably do this. Let's split this. What would be halfway in between? Well, I don't know. 26. Well, let's just say 40 falls right here. Here is my 40. It is the mean, or the median. I'm sorry, it's not the mean. That'd be the average. Okay. It is also called the second quartile. Okay, it is the median. And it is at 40. Think you can handle that? Yes. What do we do next, you say? Well, step number 2 is you need to find the median of the lower set of numbers and the median of the higher numbers. And that won't make much sense until we talk about it. That means this. You take a look at the numbers that you have left. I've got this group of numbers here on the lower half. I need to find the median of those numbers now. How many numbers are there in this half? 13, right? What's halfway in 13? Number what? Which number, Ryan Connor, would be? If you have 13, you want dead
8.
center? You say 8?
No, I'm sorry.
Maggie?
7.
Yeah, number 7 would be halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 38, which would probably fall right about here. I guess I'll put it down here. 38 is the median of the lower set of numbers, and it is called the lower quartile. Lower quartile, or you could call it the first quartile. Now, let's do the other one. And then I also need to do that same thing over here. It's going to still be the same number, number 7, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 45. This is called the upper quartile. Or it is also called, it's the third quartile. First, second quartile, third quartile. I wish my pen would look nicer. And then once you have those, then you draw your box and you have your whisker. These, you connect this with this, and this with this, and this with this, and this with this. These are your boxes, and the little parts over here that are left over are called the whiskers. And I probably should have drawn mine a little more to scale, because I don't know necessarily that it is. Okay. This number here, the biggest number you have, is called the upper extreme. And guess what the lowest number is called? The lower extreme. And again, remember what that really means. Okay, when you've cut it into these quartiles, you've quartered the information. Okay, this is usually what people are looking for. This is where most people should fall. These are the two middle quarters put together. These are the, this whole section. Half of the kids are going to fall right here. Half of the scores come right there because it's the second quartile and the third quartile put together. This is the upper quarter of kids, and this is the lower quarter of kids. Okay, most people you are looking for, most people, this just kind of gives you I guess, a representation of what's average or what should be expected of that. You know, if you stick a kid, you know, half the kids are gonna fall right here, half of them are gonna end up there, half of them are going to end up there. That's what we- It's not that bad, is it? I should have drawn it, I didn't really draw my number line the right way, so it didn't come out. We'll do that on the next one. Time was wasting. Here we go. Write down these numbers. And we're gonna do this one actually to make it look quite right here. This is actually push-ups. Here we go. Push-ups. This is the number of push-ups children could do. Write these down. 12, 16, 21, 17, 23, 13, 23, 24, 23, 24, 35, 36, 15, 25, 25, 36. Wasn't gonna be 8th graders, ain't no 8th graders gonna do 38 of these things. 14, 26, 30, and 40. See if we can't do this one more time. I'm gonna fix this thing. So step number 1 is, and you can do it right now, arrange from smallest to biggest, please. We're not gonna make a line plot, we'll just write it out here. How many are there? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19. Except it's a lot harder to arrange if you just do a code like this, but I'll try. 12. 14.
13.
Oh, jeez. 15. 15, 16, 17. Okay, that is 15. 15, 16, 17. No, 18, 19, or 20. 21, 2 23s, 3, 2 25, 126, 30, 35, 36, 36 and 40. This one? And 30. And we need to do a better job of actually making our number line represent what it really should. You're going from 12 to 40, right? So here's our line. Just because we need to make this 12 to 40. So you probably start with 10. You're going from 10 to 40, what's in the middle? 20, 30, 40. 20, 30, 40. So at least it looks kind of cut into the right pieces there. How's that? Good. And you've got your lower extreme, which is 12. So 12 is right here, about, wouldn't you say? Yeah. And your high one goes all the way to here, which is 40. What is the median? How many numbers did I say there were? So, wait, Ryan Connor, half of 19. What number would be midway of 19? Number 10, right? Because you got 9 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 24. Where's that? Here is 24. here's 25, here's 24. That is my median, my first quartile, the middle of my boxes is what that number is at 24. And then don't use 24 to find this. Now I've only got this group here. I'm finding the median of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Middle of 9, the fifth number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which happens to be 16. So this was what? 20, this is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, we're halfway there. And feel free, you can draw your box, that's your bottom half here. This is going to be my whisker going this way. Doing the same thing for the finding the upper quartile. How many 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at number 35, which falls right here. And then here is and that would be your box and your whisker plot. Again, remember this is kind of part of it. 25%, a fourth of the kids can do between 35 and 40 push-ups. Usually put these together because this tells us that half of the kids, 50% of the kids can do between 16 and 35. And you've got 25% of the kids that only do between 12 and 16 of them. You're splitting the group into quarters. You're looking for the two middle quarters because that's kind of the representation of the kids. Every once in a while you'll come up with a number that goes way, way, way out here. Like let's say you had some kid that can do 80 of them. You know, if you have somebody that can do way, way outside of the norm, it's called an outlier. And generally speaking, if it's just one person out there in the middle of nowhere, you don't really count that in your calculations because it's just so far out of the norm. It kind of skews things out.